Hey, what's going on, everybody, man? My name's Riley. If it's your first time seeing my face here on YouTube, go subscribe to my channel and leave a like on this video. Very much appreciate it. Before we roll this clip, we just have a few announcements to make. We have a little giveaway up for you guys right now. If you're interested in making some free money, details will be listed later inside the video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. We've also been live streaming here on YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. Go ahead and smash that notification bell so you know we are going live here on YouTube. And I'm gonna have the other channels linked down in the description. It'll mean a lot to me if you guys will head over there, drop a follow on those accounts as well. And yeah, today's clip, we're reacting to Diddy's first appearance in court. If y'all didn't know, about a week ago, Diddy was picked up by the feds over a sex trafficking. I think he got 3 charges. Yeah, like sex trafficking, driving cross state lines for prostitution or something like that, and like a racketeering charge, which is a lot of shit packed into one. So I guess he could be looking at life in prison here. And there's just more and more memes I'm seeing pop up every day, like the 1,000 bottles of baby oil they found in his house. And there's crazy ass shit that's been going on. So we're here to just bring all that. And yeah, let's go ahead and hop right in. Let's go. Alright, y'all, if we go on this clip, make you comfortable, grab something to snack on and something to sip, and let's do this video together.
I'm Elizabeth Milner, and I'm outside of the federal courthouse here in the Southern District of New York. We're here in Lower Manhattan, where, as you can see right behind me, this is the very courthouse where Diddy is set to appear later this afternoon for his arraignment after being arrested just yesterday. As you can see behind me, several media outlets are here. Us here at Law and Crime, CNN is here, Reuters is here, AP is here. There are several media outlets here.
I remember asking y'all, like, one of the very first Diddy videos I had on this channel. I asked, do y'all think Diddy did it? And shit, I guess Diddy did it. You know what I mean? Diddy did do it. You know what I mean?
As well, too. Now, federal prosecutors say just a year ago, even today, Combs was awarded the key to the very city that he now faces his indictment against. Now, he has been charged with 1 count of racketeering conspiracy. He's been charged with sex trafficking by force, fraud, coercion, transportation to engage in prostitution, and officials say the investigation is still ongoing. Now, many fans have even come out here kind of in support of Diddy, also in hopes to possibly see the music mogul as he was to come outside of the federal courthouse. That hasn't happened, but a lot of people are just kind of waiting in anticipation. But what we did see so far this today is that we saw Justin Combs, Christian Combs, and Quincy. Now, these are all 3 of Diddy's sons, seemingly who had come here to support their father. Now, they came in a little bit before 11 o'clock this morning, and we had saw them kind of walk inside the courthouse. Now, but what we didn't see also was Diddy's daughters here in attendance. Now, remember, we have to remember that they are a lot younger, so it's unlikely that they will make an appearance here. But again, his 3 sons are here in support of him. Now, prosecutors just got done with their press conference. Let's play a little bit of that press conference where the prosecutor there goes through the indictment.
Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs, and that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair.
Now, I want to take you through a little bit of the indictment that was released just this morning. Now, under count one, prosecutors say that the defendant abused, threatened, and coerced women and others to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. Now, officials say that Combs relied on employees, resources, and influence of his business empire that led and controlled creating a criminal enterprise. Now, the defendant, who again is Sean Combs, he's the only one who has been listed under the indictment, operated his businesses in Manhattan as well as Los Angeles, and they even named some of his businesses. Now, Diddy, they say, engaged in persistent and pervasive pattern of abuse toward women and other individuals. They allege that Diddy manipulated women to participate in highly orchestrated sexual activity with male commercial sex workers. Now, Combs allegedly would even fly out these commercial sex workers to his location. Under the indictment, they allege Diddy committed physical abuse, which federal prosecutors say was widely known, and alluded to the Cassie video that was released on CNN just months ago. Now, the indictment says on numerous occasions, at least spanning since 2009 and continuing for years, Diddy would assault women by striking, punching, throwing objects, and kicking them. They alluded to one instance around March 2016 where Combs dragged, kicked, and threw a vase at a woman. Now, while Cassie wasn't mentioned under the indictment, it very much so echoes her 2023 lawsuit against Diddy that we all know was settled within a day after it was filed in federal court. Now, the indictment goes on to say when hotel employees intervened, Diddy paid them off to ensure their silence. And his abuse wasn't just towards women, it extended to his employees and witnesses to his abuse. Now, his LA home, which was listed for about $70 million just last week, and his Miami home were raided by federal agents back in March, so just months ago. Now, at the time, Diddy was heading to a vacation with his daughters, while his sons, Justin and Christian, were at his Los Angeles home. They were detained, but to be very clear, they were not arrested in the case. They were just held outside of their lawn while agents recovered evidence. Now, according to the indictment, the Fed seized various freak-off supplies. Now, the freak-offs were essentially orgies that Combs would require women to participate in while he pleasured himself and even electronically recorded these encounters, which has been alluded to under the indictment as well. Now, the indictment says high-ranking security staff, personal assistants, and security and other employees would help arrange these freak-offs. The freak-offs would oftentimes last days, and members of Combs and members of his enterprise transported commercial sex workers across state and international lines. So what was seized during the raids? Well, freak-off supplies, which included 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricants, as well as narcotics. Now, federal agents also seized firearms ammunition, including 3 AR-15s with defaced serial numbers and a drum magazine. Now, it would go on to say that when facing negative press, Combs and members of Combs's enterprise pressured witnesses and victims through bribery to stay silent and not report these incidents to police. Now, under count 2, the indictment states from 2009 to about 2018, the defendant recruited, enticed, harbored, transported, and solicited by any means a person to engage in commercial sex acts, and Combs recruited, enticed, harbored, transported victim 1 to engage in commercial sex acts unknowingly. Now, under count 3, it alleges that Combs transported an individual in interstate and foreign commerce with intent that the individual engage in prostitution, and transported female victims and commercial sex workers in interstate and foreign commerce on multiple occasions with intent to engage in prostitution. Now, while again Cassie Ventura has not been mentioned within the indictment, a lot of these allegations similarly echo and mirror her allegations that was in her lawsuit in November of 2023, which seemingly had opened the floodgates to this federal indictment, to this investigation that a lot of legal analysts that we've spoken to for over months now have said this indictment was imminent. Now, Mark Agnifilo, who is Diddy's attorney, he spoke earlier today as well too. Now, he didn't speak for very long, but essentially he says that Diddy and himself are very confident while facing these federal charges right now, and they expect to fight this battle. And according to Mark Agnifilo, he plans to fight this battle like hell. Now, Diddy's been swimming in ongoing legal lawsuits, again, dating back to November 2023. While Cassie's lawsuit was settled within a day, that was the only lawsuit that was settled as far as the many lawsuits he faces for sexual misconduct. So let's let's get into some of these. Most recently, he was sued by an adult film star who was employed to work at his infamous Labor Day party, Adria English, who filed her suit on July 3rd of this year. She claims she was first employed by Combs in 2004 and was groomed into sex trafficking over time. Now, in her suit, she claims her first year of working at Combs' now infamous party in Miami, there was no sinister intent or requirements for physical sexual contact and seemed like a legitimate employment opportunity. So she came back the following year and the year after. But it would be that third party that she worked at that Diddy allegedly demanded she engage in sexual intercourse with party guests after they learned about her adult entertainment past and forced her into sex work. Now, English claims her memories of some of the details are hazy due to her consuming lots of alcohol and drugs, but added in her complaint that the encounters she was forced to endure were so excruciating, she remembers them because they still haunt her to this day. Now, going back to May of this year, April Lampros filed her lawsuit against Combs, accusing him of battery and sexual assault. She says she met Combs in '94 when she was a student at the Fashion Institute of Technology. Lampros claims that Combs promised her to mentor her and shower her with gifts. Now, she says that she endured 4 terrifying sexual encounters with the producer/rapper up until the 2000s. The first incident allegedly occurred in '95 when Combs took her to a hotel and raped her. Lampros claims months after, Combs sent her gifts and flowers, so she decided to give him a second chance. She says during that second incident that allegedly occurred in a parking lot where Combs forced and demanded her to perform oral sex on him. Now, I'm reading these off mainly in the sense that it's showing a pattern. Now, again, while these other alleged victims have not been named within the indictment, what the indictment does say that is that Combs had and exhibited a pattern of abuse towards women, very much so degrading them, making them perform in these heinous acts that were all alleged in the indictment. So I'm kind of going through this one by one to kind of give you an idea of the other allegations that he has faces, not in criminal court, but again in civil lawsuits. Now, later at an event in 2023, Lampros claimed that a man informed her that the person that she was with at an event had seen a tape of her having sex with Combs that was filmed without her consent. Now, 2 days prior to Lampros' suit being filed, Crystal McKinney also filed a lawsuit against Diddy. She claims she met Diddy at a New York Fashion Week event when she was 22 years old and a model. In the suit, McKinney says Combs told her that he would help advance her career, and that is something that was also alleged in the indictment, that Combs had promised these women advancements into their career, as well as kind of also threatening them to take away their career if they didn't abide essentially by his rules. Now, later that same night, she, being Crystal McKinney, alleges that she met Combs at a studio where he gave her a lace joint, alcohol, and followed her to the bathroom, and forced her to perform oral sex on him. Now, after the alleged assault, McKinney believes Combs blackballed her in the modeling industry. Now, she says since she had suffered depression and even attempted suicide. Now, Rodney Jones's lawsuit was filed in federal court in February of this year that accuses Combs and the people who work with him of being a part of an illegal racketeering enterprise. Again, something that was also alleged to the indictment. Now, Jones alleges in his complaint Combs reached out to him for help in 2022 to help him produce songs for his latest album, but Jones claims that the work went far beyond producing. He claims that he was tasked with getting drugs and soliciting sex workers, and Jones alleges Combs would often threaten to inflict bodily harm on him if he didn't comply with the demands. He accuses him of sexual harassment, assault for allegedly grabbing him without his consent, and forcing him to work while Combs paraded around naked. Then there's another suit filed by a woman under the moniker Jane Doe, which was filed in December of last year. Doe alleges she was gang raped and sex trafficked by Combs and former Bad Boys president Harve Pierre when she was just 17 years old and in the 11th grade. Now, while the indictment doesn't mention anything about underage sex with minors or anything like that, the lawsuit that Jane Doe had filed in December of 2023 does do that. Liza Gardner filed her lawsuit against Combs and R&B singer Aaron Hall in November of 2023, alleging the two forced her to have sex with them against her will when she was just 16 years old. Now, she claims she met Combs and Hall at a Jodeci album release party event in New York City. Combs allegedly invited Gardner and her friend to Hall's apartment for an after party, and it was there that Combs coerced her into having sex with him. Now, again, these are just some of the lawsuits that Sean Combs still faces in civil court. Now, again, these charges are very different because this is federal court and these are criminal charges that he faces. Now, right now, prosecutors are not wanting that Sean Combs get off on bail or get out on bond or anything of that sort. So right now, he is still within federal custody. Of course, we're going to continue to keep you updated and keep you informed on anything that is going on within that courtroom right now. But again, the arraignment has not started just yet. But again, we will continue to follow this case very closely, and I'll be live outside this courthouse, and you can follow me on Twitter for any more updates about this case. Reporting in New York City, Elizabeth Milner for Law and Crime.
Alright, y'all, we're going to wrap this one up here. Feel free to list your comments and thoughts down below. I'm going to be reacting to every single comment left on this video. We had the little giveaway up I was talking about on the start of the video. Once we reach 1,000 subscribers, we're going to weigh a couple $50 gift cards, 4 to be exact. So if y'all try to make some free money, super easy to enter. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel, leave a like on this video, and if you share this video to a buddy, then you get bonus points entered as well. Like I said, super easy. You got pretty high odds as well of winning the $50 gift card. And other than that, I appreciate y'all tuning in. I definitely appreciate y'all supporting the channel. And we're just going to keep bumping out these videos for you guys. So make sure you have that bell on. Check out the new videos. Also come check out my live streams here on YouTube. I also go live on Twitch and Kick. I'm going to have those other channels linked in the description down below. It'll mean a lot if you guys can go check those out from me as well. Other than that, we're just going to wrap this one up. And I hope to see y'all back here tomorrow. Peace.